Have a good day and I hope you learned something.
Hello, I'm Stefan Sewell and I'm here with the Planet Protector Summit. I'm going to show you some amazing things. I have a piece of rope here. I'm going to untie it so you can see the ends. Now when I drop this end, it's going to go way down there. Look, it went way down here. There's the ends, 2 ends. Now, most people don't know this, but the ends of a rope are removable. When you remove them, you end up with an endless rope. Just like magic. Did you know that there are 2 things that are really important that we're going to talk about today, and those 2 things are you and the environment. You and the environment. We are planet protectors. To protect our planet, we work together and we use our imagination. Yes, we do. We use our mind, our imagination. We use concentration. Look, we can do things with our imagination, with our concentration. Like me, I just used imaginary scissors to cut this rope. Well, that means there's 4 ends. 2 middles. 2 middles? I see 2 middles, but there's really only 1 piece of rope. Now, watch the ends, because the ends explain everything. We have you, and we have the invisible connection between you, that's all of us, every one of us, each and every one of you, look, an invisible connection between you and the environment. I'm going to show you that connection with the ring. I have a ring here. With this ring, you can see how we connect with the environment by magic. Look at that. If this is the environment, and it's coming to connect with us. Look at how it magically connects right there. We can do amazing things with our environment. Look, here's the ends. If I keep them separate from the center, there's no way that this rope can come off unless I put an end through the middle. But look, magic happens. It's off. Is it on or off? Can you tell? It's on. This is the ring and the rope, and I want you to look now at these 2 sticks, which also show the invisible link between you and the environment. Look, this one has a long string running right through the end of the stick, completely separate from the short one over here. Now imagine this is you, and you're trying to understand your environment. Well, the golden rule says that if you put your attention on the other, the environment in this case, look, you understand what it's like to be in the place of the other. You and others are connected. You and the environment are connected, just like magic. It's an invisible link. An invisible link exists between you and others, between you and the environment. And sometimes we don't quite know, where did it go? Then you have to borrow it. Tie it back, give it a pull, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the invisible link. I'm going to set the invisible link down here and show you the 2 ways of saying the golden rule. There's 2 ways of saying the golden rule, do and don't do. The golden rule of the planet is do unto others as you would have others do unto you. The other way of saying it is don't do to anybody what you wouldn't want them to do to you. Don't do to the environment what you wouldn't want the environment to do to you. So, these 2 ways of saying this aren't the only two ways. We've discovered by researching the formulations of the Golden Rule that there's actually more than two ways of saying it. There's actually 1,000 ways, and they're all printed here on my Golden Rule flag. 1,000 sentences, 1,000 different ways of saying it. This shows how universal the Golden Rule is. And because we have quite a bit of time today, all the 3rd and 4th graders today are learning all about the environment. I thought I would read all 1,000 of them. No, I won't do that. But I will read the first one. The first one is from Africa. If you're going to take a stick and poke a little bird in the bush, you ought to try it on yourself first to see how it hurts. Think about it. That's a way of formulating, of expressing the Golden Rule. There's endless ways of doing that, and it is helping protect our planet because all of us are already doing this. Let me show you another thing here. Because we're applying the Golden Rule to the environment, I'm going to take this blue water, which represents the water that we swim in, and I'm going to pour that water into the water right here at the top of the aquifer, above the aquifer. This is the aquifer. Look. We can't see the aquifer. It's underground. That's why I have the tube. The water that we can see, the water that we can swim in and drink, we see that, and it's above the aquifer. All of us right now are above an aquifer. There's underground water that goes underground that we rely on. It's way down beneath us, and we need it to live. Look, this represents the groundwater. The water that flows into the ground right before and above the aquifer. We can't see it, but it's there. It's there. It's underneath. It's in the ground, in the rocks, the leaves, the grass, the dirt, the earth. Below that is the aquifer. Drinkable water that we need. That water is right down there in the aquifer. So everything we do above the ground in the water that we can see, it affects the quality of the water underneath the ground. Everything we do above the ground affects the quality of the water underneath the ground in the aquifer. That's why we have to be careful not to get our water looking like this. This has chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers, solvents, paint thinner, oil from the cars on the road. A little bit of oil dropped on the road can mix with the water. Well, look, we're going to concentrate all of this polluted water into this tiny little cup. And now, this polluted water will show us one of the most amazing principles, because it takes only a small bit of polluted water, goes into a pond. Then that pond connects with a stream, and the entire stream now has pollution in it. That connects with a river. And then that river flows into a lake. And it could even reach Puget Sound. So, we have quite a bit of polluted water now. The river's polluted. The stream and the lake. The lake to the pond. And all we started with was just a little bit of water, just a little bit in a cup this size. So think about that. Take that into your classroom and really think about it. We can do a lot with that. I think a lot of you want to be magicians. I know I've always wanted to be a magician. In fact, I'll show you a magic trick that you can do when you get home. It's with paper napkins. That's why you want to wait till you're at home to practice this. You take a napkin and you show everybody the napkin and you tear it into pieces. And as you tear it up, you tell everyone about the magic of the planet, of recycling, of reducing waste, conserving and preserving things like this paper. Paper comes from trees, and you can tell your friends about the magic of recycling while you're squeezing these pieces into a ball. Now you need a magic wand, and you take it and tap it over the torn pieces. You can use a stick or a pencil or anything really, a coin. You just need something to tap. And then, look what happens. It recycles into one reusable, restored napkin. Now, if you think about it, paper comes from trees. Trees make paper. So if you recycle 17 trees, you're going to save about a ton of paper. If you have 1 ton of paper comes from 17 trees, so every time you recycle paper, you're saving trees. So here's how you do this. Take a napkin, roll it into a ball, hide it in your hand. Don't open your hand because they'll see it. Take another napkin. You have to have many to practice with. Hide the napkin in your hand. Nobody sees it. Then you tear it up and you tell everyone about the magic of recycling, how you are a recycler, a planet protector, and how every time you recycle paper, you're saving trees. Now you're going to switch the torn pieces for the extra one in your hand. Watch the switch. You have to make it tight. So when I reach for the wand here, everyone's looking here at the wand. That's when I switch the two. I switch the torn pieces. They're now in my hand and the whole one is there. So I tap it, put the wand back, and I open it up and I say, that's the magic of recycling. Now, what do you do with those torn pieces? It's important. You don't want to give it away. Give away the magic? No, you want to keep it a secret. So don't open your hand like this, because if you do, everyone's going to say, hey, if you're a real magician, you should be able to fix those. And everybody knows that is impossible. It's impossible. But what we're learning today is that anything is possible. Let's talk about the flow of water. Water is beautiful when you watch it flow. Look. People travel all over the world to look at flowing water. It's very beautiful when water flows. If we run out of water, we would have to go in search of more water, because we need water to live. Everybody, everything that breathes needs water. So if we run out of water in one place, we would have to go in search of, you got it, more water. I'm going to set this right over here, and if anybody sees anybody putting water into this bowl, you let me know. You saw it? Let's check. Okay, it's empty now, for sure. I'll put it right here. The flow of water is beautiful. How much of the water on this planet is drinkable? If this is all of the water on planet Earth, how much of this water is actually drinkable? The answer is surprising. If this is all of the water on planet Earth, then the amount of that water that's actually drinkable is about that much. That much only, compared with all of the water. Did you see somebody put some water in there? I didn't. But look. More water. I'll set it over here. Keep your eye on it. Now, imagine this is a lake. We need to think as planet protectors, what can we do to keep the water safe? Well, if you use baking soda, you can keep the water safe. In fact, baking soda actually improves the pH in some water bodies, some lakes, but it never harms the water. And you can put an awful lot of baking soda into water to clean with. It's a great cleaner. It gets stains out of the carpet. It cleans the car, cleans grease off of the windows too. And it deodorizes and cleans just about everything in the kitchen. And when it blends in with the water, it doesn't harm it. It just blends right in to the water, as if by magic. I can tell some of you are thinking that the baking soda didn't disappear, that I just poured it on the ground. No, look, it's still in the water. Look, it's right here. Baking soda is magic. You are magic when you help protect our planet, when you're a planet protector. We've talked a little bit about the different types of water. There's water that's fog or steam. There's water that's solid or ice. And then there's water that's liquid. This is liquid right now, and it's got a little color to it. It looks a little bit blue. There's another quality of water that I want to tell you about. It's called hydrostatic. Well, that's what I call it, because you can add a little bit more water to the cup. You see? I can put a little bit more water in that cup than there is room. The water actually is forming a bubble above the cup. So I can level it out here with this piece of paper. Just level it, so now it's flat on the top. And I can put my hand on top of this water, and now, because of the paper, I can actually invert the glass without it leaking. Let's see if I can pull the paper right out. Look at that. Now, how is this possible? The only way is if I can make a block of ice. And if I can freeze water instantly like that, maybe I could also have a hairdryer up my sleeve and melt the water back into liquid. Water is solid, it's liquid, and it's also steam. Did anybody see the steam? Is that steam? Or is it smoke? Hey, you know what? If this were smoke, that would have to mean, that might mean that there's fire. Ooh. Be careful. Hey, that's another thing that water is used for. It's used to actually put out a fire. And that's a good thing we use water for. Let's take a look now at the billions of possibilities that there are with our planet and the ways that we can help protect. Look, everything in the environment is mixing up constantly. There's billions of possibilities. So what we have to do is find solutions. Solutions. And sometimes they come like magic. Sometimes magicians are earth scientists. So let's take a look at what it's like to try to come up with a solution to a problem, to a world problem. Water, they say, now is gold. We have to be very careful to preserve our water. This is potable water. It's drinkable water. When water flows, as we've seen during this magic presentation, it can carry contaminants with it that are invisible. Look. You don't see it. But something happens. Something is introduced and it's now polluted. A little bit of pollution can pollute a large body of water. And if this happens to us, we have to find a solution. So, I want everyone in your classroom right now to concentrate. Concentrate on this water. Imagine that we're coming up with a solution, some way to clean this water. We'll take the whole jug. And I'll put the cap on it so I can really hold it out here. Concentrate on this water. Imagine that you're in charge of coming up with the way to preserve this water, to make it clear, clean, and drinkable again. That's clear, very clear. And let's see if we can use that solution to clean this cup. It's magic. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here I have a black piece of paper and a white piece of paper. Now I've already used them. I'm going to turn them into a magic effect right now. You know, environmental science is magical. I got to get all the pieces. Did you see that piece? Let me grab that piece. Every piece matters. I'm going to squeeze them together, and I'm going to do a little bit of environmental magic right now as I turn the black paper into the image of magic, the magician's top hat. That's the black paper, and the white paper is what the magician pulls out of the hat. The white paper in the hat. Okay, there's a little more black than I thought. There's more white, more black, more white. This is amazing. And it's a lot like the magic of our environment. And environmental scientists are just like magicians. They're always trying to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And we want you to be an environmental scientist too, and a magician too, with the planet, to protect the planet as much as possible. Everything on this planet is connected. Just like this what's it? It's got 4 pom-poms. It's a stick with 2 ends. A long string on one end and a short string on the other. Now, let's imagine that the blue one is the water, the yellow one is the sunshine. Red is the earth here, and this is the air way down here. The sun is connected to the air, which is connected through the air to the earth, which is here. The earth is also connected to the sun, which is connected to the air, and the air is connected to the water. The water is then connected to the sun. Everything's interconnected. I pull on the white pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom goes up. I pull on the red pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom goes up, the white pom-pom goes down. I pull on the blue pom-pom, the white pom-pom goes up, the yellow pom-pom goes down. That can only mean one thing. The white pom-pom is connected to the blue pom-pom is connected to the yellow pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom is connected to the white pom-pom. Just like I said, everything's interconnected, but we don't see it. We don't see all of the connections. Look. There are invisible connections in the environment, which makes us planet protectors, because we take those and work with them. Let me give you an example. This is the water cycle, and the water cycle goes like this. Water rains down out of the sky, fills up lakes, the rivers, and the oceans. And when that water rains down out of the sky, that's the beginning of the water cycle. The water cycle mixes back and forth into the lakes, the rivers, and the oceans. And that water evaporates up into the sky, turns into clouds. And those clouds blow through the air, and then they rain down on everybody's head. It doesn't disappear like I just did. It goes somewhere. Everything goes somewhere, and the water cycle goes forever in a circle. It's a cycle. And we have to balance the cycle, balance the planet. Protecting it is balancing it. So to show you about balancing, I'm going to take these chairs here and this ladder over here, and I'm going to balance them right out here. Put the ladder on top. It'll come right in here like this and just balance across the two chairs. Balance is a very important part of how we care for the planet. So let me invite someone who's not really ready for this, just someone from the audience. Let me see who I can get. Come right this way. Would you help me out? Check this out. 2 chairs, a ladder. Have a seat right here on the ladder. I'll hold the chair so nothing happens, like last time. Oh, well anyway, put your feet this way. And right where you are, lay down. That's good. Lean back. Keep your head right there. I'm going to cover you. Cover you this way. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the balance that we need to find with our environment is an amazing balance. It's not simple, and it's not as easy as you might think. It's amazing, though. Look. Don't move. As long as I keep one hand on the ladder, everything's fine. And I move the chair over there. So, wait a second. I can't believe the balance we're finding here at the Planet Protector Summit is amazing. It's better than I thought. Look, she's balanced on the edge of her chair in midair. Look at that. This is the kind of balance we need to find, the kind of balance that no one would expect to be possible, that's just amazing. If I put this ladder back, lift your feet. Okay, I can uncover you. You can sit up. Turn to the audience and dive off. To your thunderous applause. Wow. Well, now I'm going to show you my last magical effect. Concentrate on this. It will summarize everything we've been talking about today. And it's easy to remember. You only have to remember 6 key ideas related to these rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first ring represents you, all of us, everyone here today at the Planet Protectors Summit. The second ring represents our environment, what we are caring for, the planet, what we're protecting. You and the environment are connected. One, connected with the other. If I give them a twist, they come apart like rings of smoke. Not steel. Look, as one goes right through and connects with the other. If I reach through the center here, they come apart. You and the environment are linked and much stronger together than apart. You and the environment. We're going to add our commitment. Here in Kent, we are committed. Committed to our environment, to being planet protectors. Committed to the fourth ring, preservation. We want to preserve the environment. As soon as you find new ways to preserve things, to keep things clean, you make new patterns as you preserve the environment, and those patterns go through all of those other rings. As you preserve, you actually help the entire world. When you preserve the planet, preserve the environment. The fifth ring, conservation. We not only have to preserve, we have to conserve. Conserving water means using the right amount of water, for example. That's the fifth ring. And the sixth ring represents learning and understanding, which is why we come here today and why we've come here for 25 years, every year, to this summit, to learn and increase our understanding. When we do that, we create a team, a chain, all connected and all on one. Remember the first ring, the ring of you? You are the most important link in this chain. And that's why I'm here, to remind you how important you are. And thank you for helping me. I'm Stefan Sewell. You make the magic at the Planet Protectors Summit. Thank you.